Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hartford Whalers expansion franchise here on NHL 24. In the last episode, we kind of kept our losing ways going. We didn't really have a good month of December, but we're now here into the new year. We're in 2026 now, and we're starting here against the New York Rangers. We enter at 16-22-1 as we're about halfway through this year 3 season. So we are just going to start off with a simulated game here against New York. And then we're going to play against Calgary, where Igor Shesterkin actually signed in the offseason. Actually, probably the best goaltender so far through this year 3 season. So period 1 against the Rangers, Tyson Barrie gets us on the board, and we're up 1-0. We get 2 more in the third. Leo Carlsson on the power play, Ivan Provorov. Let's see if we can keep this scoreless effort from New York going. And they're out shooting us 28-15, and we're still winning in this game. And we actually do get the shutout. They only get 6 third period shots. Markstrom stops all 34 shots he faced for a shutout. Leo Carlsson, the second star. And Markstrom, he could be on the move here. If we don't really pick it up, I think we're just going to go all out, sell, as we just prepare for next season. This, like I said recently, this is kind of more like a bridge year for us based on how we've put together very inconsistent play, although, I mean, we are still only 4 points out of a playoff spot at this point with, like I said, we're about halfway through. This is actually the halfway point officially, this game against Calgary. And let's just take a look at their lines so far. As I mentioned, they did sign Igor Shesterkin in the offseason, and they have signed a few more players. We'll start on defense. As we see Victor Hedman, he's now on the Calgary Flames. He signed a 1-year deal, and he's putting it together a good showing. They're playing on the top unit with pending free agent Rasmus Andersson, and we really hope he hits the market. He would be a top target for us as we have a huge hole at right defenseman. There we go. Devon Toews was also signed 2 years ago, so this is his second season with Calgary, putting together another good season, 40 points last year, and he's on a six more years at $11.2 million. I don't know about that contract, but at an 89 overall, he's definitely going to play up to that level for the next couple seasons at least. Now on offense, Jonathan Huberdeau, Elias Lindholm, and Nazem Kadri. And Kadri has 22 goals to 4 assists. And then you look at Lindholm, 6 goals, and Huberdeau, 11 goals. So 33 goals combined on this top line, and 22 of them from Kadri. So his goal production off the charts right now. And he actually tied his last year goal total. So certainly on pace for a career high, as he's only had 32 goals twice, and that's his high. So 10 more, and he ties his career high. We're not even halfway through the season quite yet. Berkly Catton was their third overall pick, not this past offseason, but the offseason prior. And he's already eclipsed his rookie totals in assists and points. So putting together a very, very good sophomore campaign. And he actually leads the Flames in points entering this game. Dylan Dubé, Jacob Pelletier on that second line with him, 2 good veteran presences for the young Catton. And then Nino Niederreiter on the third line. I think this is his first year with Calgary, as he spent last year in Chicago. A very good year last year with the Blackhawks, 58 points. His highest. That was actually a career high for him last year. Wow, unexpected. Not quite the same production this year with Calgary, but not too bad. A 4-year deal. That's kind of surprising. He'll be playing there till he's 37. Adam Ruzicka returns from injury. Matt Coronado, he was the 13th overall pick back in 2021. A good season from him so far. 3 short of tying last year's goal total. Tanner Gienot, one of the most prolific fighters throughout this series so far. And hopefully we get a Tanner Gienot, Marcus Foligno scrum. We haven't seen a fight yet in any of our live look-ins. Connor Zary over here, a first-round pick from 2020. No points in 9 games. And then Kyle Okposo, his second season with the Flames, as he's kind of fading out now, 37, the last year of his contract, maybe the last year he plays in the NHL. And it looks like we're not even going to get Igor. That's kind of a bummer, as they have Dustin Wolf slated to be the starting goaltender. And he's not doing too bad as a backup, 1-3-1. So the Flames have, I think, 21 wins, and 20 of them from Igor Shesterkin. And look at those numbers, 925 save percentage, a 228 goals against, and 3 shutouts, tied for the league lead. They signed him to his 6th year, about $60 million, just under $10 million per year. And he's someone we maybe should have made a run at, but we just really didn't have the cap. And we had Markstrom returning, so we're kind of hoping to address goalie this year. So that's a look at the Flames, and now we'll get into the game. Now it's time to play some hockey. We're here at the XL Center as the Hartford Whalers host the Calgary Flames. Mark Scheifele wins that opening faceoff draw. Tom Wilson dumps it in. Retrieved there by Victor Hedman, newly signed Calgary Flame. Rasmus Andersson now a nice stretch pass to Elias Lindholm, and he has some space, a centering pass. Picked off there by Ivan Provorov. Playing very good hockey here in his debut season with the Whalers. Now Tom Wilson barrels towards the net, a slap shot there by Scheifele. Block it away. And that's actually Igor Shesterkin in the net, so we get lucky, and we're going to have to look at Shesterkin in this one. Although I don't know if that's good, seeing as how he's the best goalie in hockey right now. Huberdeau, a chance right in front, a quick backhand. Markstrom was able to fend that off. And now Wilson gives to Scheifele, closed off there by Hedman, as he'll dump that in. Picked up by Rasmus Andersson behind the net. And he's intercepted by Tom Wilson. Now Maki works towards the net, a glove save there by Shesterkin. Igor playing the best hockey of any goalie in the NHL right now, as Calgary's investment very well paying off thus far. They have 21 wins, and 20 of them have come when Shesterkin has started the game. Lawton back for Barrie, a shot blocked there by Devon Toews, overtaken by Besser, a quick chance, and another save by Shesterkin. We'll probably be saying that a lot in this game. And there you see the numbers for Shesterkin, 228 goals against, and I think that was a 928 save percentage. 3 shutouts tied for the league lead. Lawton wins that draw as Lindell's taken out and Barrie retrieves. That's actually going to be a delayed penalty. Probably going to get him on the trip. And Hartford will go to the power play. And we do have a top 10 power play unit in the league after struggling mightily in that aspect in the first 2 seasons. Dylan Dubé to the box. Now we get our first look at this Whalers power play. Mark Scheifele, Leo Carlsson, Brock Besser, the forwards on this first unit. That's one back to Arvidsson. And he's overtaken there by Devon Toews, who clears his zone. Retrieved in the back end by Provorov. And he'll give for Leo Carlsson over to Mark Scheifele. Scheifele peels back. Now Besser in the neutral zone. Back for Arvidsson. Nice little shimmy as he gets it up for Scheifele. Now back for Besser as he skates towards the net. Backhand chance for Scheifele. And a good save there by Shesterkin. Now Carlsson loses the handle. Picked up by Scheifele. Back for Arvidsson. Arvidsson a shot. And another save by Shesterkin. He's been very active so far. About a minute killed off on this power play. Scheifele on the draw against Elias Lindholm. And Lindholm gets the better of him that time. Rasmus Andersson able to clear the zone. Less than a minute now left for the Whalers on this power play. Victor Arvidsson to Brock Besser. Besser, the puck poked away. Retrieved by Provorov. Errant pass there, though it's picked up by Leo Carlsson. Now Scheifele will take it in. And Scheifele's tripped up. And Victor Hedman's going to go to the box. Hartford will have a 5-on-3 for a little bit. And then Dylan Dubé will soon come out of the box. Another power play here committed by Calgary. Now Scott Lawton on the draw with Tom Wilson and Sam Steele. Steele back to the point for Provorov. Now Arvidsson. His shot. An easy snag there by Shesterkin. We'll do it again here. A face-off to the right of Shesterkin. Won again by Lawton. Another shot by Arvidsson. And another glove save by Shesterkin. We'll do it again. Nazem Kadri still out there. Very tired. As he's been on the ice for quite a while now. He does win that drawback for Devon Toews. And he'll clear the zone. As Dylan Dubé exits the box. And he does enter the zone. A nice feed there from Kadri. Dylan Dubé right in front. But he can't get the shot off. A good chance as he's sandwiched by 2 Hartford players. Now Sam Steele takes it up on the power play here. A shot. And another glove save by Shesterkin. He came out of the crease for that one. Jacob Pelletier now on the draw. As Calgary now a 5-on-4. Tyson Barrie a chance as that's blocked away. Tom Wilson picks it up now less than a minute on this power play. Wilson back to the point for Mangiapane. He finds Sam Steele in front of chance and a good blocker save and good lateral agility there by Shesterkin to cover. Hartford keeps it in along the boards here. Scott Lawton for Wilson. Back for Mangiapane, a rip, and that goes just wide. Tom Wilson now back for Barrie. For Lawton. Lawton works in front, and he can't get a shot off. Now Sam Steele picks up the loose puck. Mangiapane. In front for Tom Wilson. And that's blocked. He usually scores from that vicinity. Sam Steele is now back at full strength. Tyson Barrie now over for Scott Lawton. And he's closed off, and Shesterkin's going to freeze that one. Good active power play from Hartford. but we just can't finish. Shesterkin playing very strong in net thus far for the Flames. Now Connor Zary on the draw against Scott Laughton. Nino Niederreiter and Matt Coronado also out there for the Flames. Lindell a chance as that's blocked. Laughton picks it up, a backhand chance, and another save. Already 10 shots faced in the first 8 minutes here from Shesterkin. We'll do it again here now to the left of Shesterkin. Hartford, all the momentum thus far, aided by 2 power plays. Now Matt Coronado, the young goal scorer for the Flames with it. He enters his own for Calgary, dumps it in. Picked up by Tyson Barrie for Hartford. He gives up for Laughton. Now Brock Besser showing some speed, creates some space. Besser now against the boards, loses the handle. Niederreiter for Coronado. Coronado dumps it in. Now it's going to be Lindell picking it up for the Whalers. Lindell for Scott Laughton. He's hit off the puck. Good forecheck there. And Carlson wins it there at the point. He takes it the other way. 2-on-0 here. Back to Besser. Back for Carlson. And a great save by Shesterkin getting back over. He read that perfectly. I do like what Besser and Carlson did there, but Shesterkin read it all the way, and that's why he's one of the best goaltenders in the entire league. Now Poirier has some space. Tanner Ginott in the slot right in front. A save there by Markstrom. He hasn't been tested yet in this period. Victor Hedman a rip, and that's blocked by Carlson. Selfish play there as that goes out of the zone. Poirier over for Hedman. It's weird seeing Hedman in a Calgary Flames sweater. Kind of same with Shesterkin. Now Kyle Okposo loses possession. Tom Wilson taking it the other way, leading the charge. Tom Wilson in the front for Scheifele, and a good save there. Mangiapane wasn't quite home for the rebound. Now Nikita Zaitsev for Calgary, 3-on-2, poked away by Provorov. Sound play, staying home there. In front for Zaitsev, a good chance there generated. I'm not sure who 84 is. Oh, that's Tanner Ginott. A good pass from behind the net. And then we see the fourth line for the first time. Connor McMichael on the draw, his second game since being inserted into the lineup for the injured Philip Zadina. Victor Arvidsson recently relegated to the fourth line. Now Marcus Foligno barreling in, although he can't get a shot off. Now behind the net, Hedman peels up and gives to Nazem Kadri. Kadri working against Sami Maki. A good play there by Maki. A strong hit against the boards. Maki's defensive game has really evolved here this season, and he's a budding star. Maki loses the handle, though, as it's retrieved by Foligno. Hit up against the boards. Still battling for it. Still a loose puck. Lindholm now. Maki couldn't quite handle it. Still loose as it's picked up by Huberdeau, taking it the other way. Another puck battle there. Good play there by Sean Walker to win the battle. Now Arvidsson streaking up along the boards. He dumps it in, gives chase. Arvidsson now held up against the boards by Hedman. Now Berkly Catton, third overall pick from the 2024 draft. Same draft where Sami Maki went number 1 overall. Now Sam Steele, a good forecheck, generates a turnover. A loose puck in front, but no one was home for Hartford. Now Calgary dumps it all the way down the ice. No icing. As Sean Walker, a nice pass for Jake Evans. Evans loses possession. A good hit there by Catton, and he's tripped up, and Sam Steele is going to go to the box. Korchinski peels up for Calgary. Now Cal Foote back to Korchinski. Still taking it in there for Calgary. Now the side of the net, and Markstrom goes right off the pad, and the Flames will get their first power play. Sam Steele goes to the box. Elias Lindholm on the draw. Basically Calgary's top line. The same thing. Huberdeau at left wing. Kadri at right wing. And Nino Niederreiter delivers off the faceoff and buries that one as Calgary takes a 1-0 lead very quickly into their power play. His 6th goal of the season. His first year here with the Flames. And Patrick and Barrie are just right in front. And Lindholm, he wins the faceoff. His 22nd assist of the year. And Nino Niederreiter with the quick release. And he buries that. The Flames now up 1-0. His 6th of the year. Kadri up there with 22. Leading the team by a good bit. And now with just 2:14 left in the period, Hartford will look to even it up. Another face-off win there for Calgary as Huberdeau, a chance back for Hedman. Tyson Barrie intercepts it. Barrie now held up against the boards, up for Besser. Barrie wins that puck battle against Huberdeau. Now Besser with it. Over for Leo Carlson. Nice feed there for Besser in front. And he scores on the deke. Besser's 11th goal of the year. And he's showing very good chemistry with Leo Carlsson, the second line mates here for Hartford. What a finish in front by Besser, and Hartford answers right back. A great feed by Carlsson. Like Maki, Carlsson has also showed a lot of growth this season. I do like this angle from behind the goaltender. And Besser finishes forehand, a tremendous deke there. And he's really panning out as our our featured free agent signing this past offseason, although Provorov a very good signing as well thus far. Hartford wins the draw, looking for another one here before the end of the period. Although Kurchinski with the turnover, now Coronado for Niederreiter. Now just 30 seconds here in the first as Besser gives up for Carlsson. Carlsson dances his way in, overtaken by Cal Foote. One last chance here for the Flames, 5 seconds left. Good hit there by Brock Besser. And that will take us into the second period. Good play from both sides. Hartford 0 for 2 on power play. Calgary does get one. And then we tie it right back with Besser finishing there, 1-1. And the Whalers actually outshot the Flames 14-3 in that first period. Just absurd shot production there. Although we were aided by those 2 power plays. Shesterkin just playing out of his mind. Let's see if he can keep it up. Calgary wins the opening draw here. Kadri for the Flames. Pass behind the net. Picked up by Huberdeau. Back to the point for Anderson. His shot blocked. Retrieved along the boards by Wilson. He gives over to Provorov. Now for Mangiapane. Andrew Mangiapane enters a spin move now for Scheifele. And that shot goes wide. A good setup there. Maki now for Scheifele. As Kadri overtakes the puck. Now Lindholm. And that streaks into the Hartford zone. Provorov with it now. Provorov still with it as he gives up for Tom Wilson. Wilson spins away from Huberdeau. Now for Sammy Maki, some space. Maki a rip. And he had the backhand on the rebound, but he couldn't finish there. Shesterkin stops both. Now Mangiapane for Scheifele in front as they created a turnover there in the offensive zone. Maybe should have just shot it there. Shouldn't have gone for the pass. Tom Wilson, a huge hit there in the neutral zone as Hartford takes it in off the turnover. A nice feed in front, but Carlsson couldn't get the shot off. Good pass there from Scheifele. Now Hedman with it against the boards. Besser picks it up. Besser skates in front. A quick rip. And Shesterkin blocked that one. Now back to the point for Lindell. Provorov for Carlsson in front. Another save by Shesterkin. Full pressure here from Hartford. Besser behind the net. Now Lawton, he can't get a clean shot off. Dylan Dubé picks it up as Calgary desperate to get it out of the zone. Pelletier clears the zone, although he was going for a pass. His man couldn't get it that time. Intercepted right in front, and Berkly Catton delivers. And was that Lindell? Lindell did that in our last game. If that was him, Berkly Catton, a tremendous sophomore season from him, the 3rd overall pick in 2024. And that was Lindell. Turns it over right in front. We have so many guys in the vicinity. No need to rush anything. And Catton, heads up play there, finishes top shelf. And he's leading the Calgary Flames in points right now. His 8th goal. And he was the 3rd overall pick in the same draft where we had Sammy Maki number 1. So I think that's just the 4th shot on goal for the Flames. And they have 2 goals. We have to have at least like 22 shots at this point. Nino Niederreiter a chance as he was hit off the puck. Markstrom handles that one. Now Jake Evans on the faceoff draw against Connor Zary as Nolan Patrick picks up the puck off the tie-up. Sam Steele now takes it in. Looks to rewrite his penalty earlier, which led to a Calgary goal. Jake Evans back to the point for Lindell. Lindell back over for Tyson Barrie. Barrie now to Nolan Patrick. Patrick, I don't know what that was. That like slingshots all the way down in Hartford territory. Markstrom leaves that for Lindell. Spins off a man. Good move there. Tyson Barrie for Sam Steele. Loose puck picked up by Devon Toews. Toews now over for Coronado. Coronado pass for Nino Niederreiter. Back to the point. Good play there by Patrick to hit him off the puck. Niederreiter now. He'll enter for Calgary. Pass intercepted by Evans. Evans a long pass over for Sam Steele. Now for Tyson Barrie. Barrie will enter for the Whalers. Intercepted by Nikita Zaitsev. Good feed there for Poirier. Dumps up the boards. Tyson Barrie now. Look up to Connor McMichael. McMichael, a bad decision there. Should have just went up the boards for Arvidsson as he turns it over. Pass in front from Calgary now. Ginot. He tried to go back to the point. Good play there by McMichael. Now Connor McMichael will take it in, poked away as Okposo picks it up for the Flames. Now Tanner Ginot with it. Dumps it into the zone, picked up by Orlov. Dmitry Orlov, one player we might trade here. Maybe this episode, or maybe even next episode, depending on our play. Now Cal Foot a chance off the block, off the pad of Markstrom. And then he saved another one. It looked like our own player maybe shot on him. I didn't really see a Calgary Flame in the vicinity there to get a shot off. Loose puck now. Huberdeau along the boards. Korchinski enters for the Flames. Pass behind the net for Kadri. Now Cal Foot a rip. Blocker saved by Markstrom. Dmitry Orlov now with it as he's it off the puck. Kadri a nice feed up although it's intercepted by Walker. His teammate didn't see it coming that time. Lawton now for Carlson. Now Victor Hedman, a long pass for Berkly Catton, and he has a breakaway. Now back to Hedman. And Hedman a chance. Pad saved by Markstrom. Not sure how that developed for Calgary. Mark Scheifele will enter now for Hartford. Picked up by Leo Carlson in front. And a forehand chance. He was one-on-one with the goalie. Good stop there by Shesterkin. Provorov a rip from the point. And a pad save by Shesterkin. Maki now in front for Carlson. Over for Wilson. That's off the post. Good setup there. As that hits the inside part of the post. That was a nice rip from Wilson. He's been arguably our best overall player this season. Now Hedman for Dubé. Catton. Spins away from a man to Anderson, back to Catton. Now Dubé. And Markstrom's going to freeze that one. 4:02 left in the second. Calgary up on the scoreboard, although Hartford up by a ton in the shot column. Mark Scheifele out there against the youngster Catton. Catton's had a very strong game, of course, with that goal moments ago. Andrew Mangiapane dekes in. Loose puck now, Tom Wilson from the corner in front for Scheifele. A rip, pad save Shesterkin. Now in front, loose puck. And he stops another one. Tom Wilson had a chance. Mangiapane a chance. Shesterkin was on the ground. And that was blocked by the Flames. Pelletier dumps it in. Picked up by Sammy Maki. Spins off a man, pass over for Mangiapane. Mangiapane, a nice back pass there for Scheifele. Now Catton over to Hedman as Calgary takes over. Berkly Catton back for Dubé. Now Pelletier. Good overtake there by Provorov. Forces a turnover. Feeds up there for Sam Steele. Back for Nolan Patrick. And what was that? I think we saw that earlier. And that goes for an icing. Jake Evans down on the draw against Connor Zary. And the Flames win that one. Poirier for Toews. In front for Niederreiter. Stopped by Markstrom. Only their 10th shot of the game. A minute left here in the second. Loose puck. That trickles out of the zone. Nolan Patrick now. As he's blocked off by his own man there. Ay. Sammy Maki absolutely obliterates Connor Zary. My goodness. That hit had an extreme force. As the seconds trickle down here. Feed up for Evans. And Niederreiter takes that. And that's going to do it here in 2 periods. Hartford more than doubling Calgary in the shot column. But Calgary takes a 2-1 lead into the third. We got to start burying some of these chances. Shesterkin playing out of his mind. Calgary up 2-1 after 2. And I did just want to real quick go back to this Sammy Maki hit that I was just talking about towards the end of the period there. Look at this. Just absolutely rocks him. And that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Sammy Maki, geez Louise. He goes sliding like a half a foot or maybe even a foot. And like I was saying earlier, Sammy Maki's defensive play really taking off this season. And he's kind of showing why we drafted him first overall a couple seasons ago. All right, now we're set for the third period. Hartford out shooting Calgary 21-10. Only 10 shots for the Flames through 2 periods. Not a good effort thus far from them, but it doesn't matter to this point as they do lead. Hartford trying to get things going here as they enter to start the third period. Rasmus Andersson overtakes it as he leads the charge going the other way for the Flames. Andersson along the boards now. His pass off Mangiapane now picked up by Provorov. Ivan Provorov with some space entering as he goes to Mangiapane, but he couldn't handle that. Now Rasmus Andersson up there against Sami Maki. Now behind the net in front for Lindholm. Back to the point for Kadri. A chance from Hedman. That was blocked. Huberdeau, a rip right in front. And Markstrom snags that one with the glove. Lawton here on the defensive zone faceoff for the Whalers. They win the faceoff circle. Lead the faceoff circle 14-8 now after that win. Besser with it off a pass from Lawton. Besser into the zone. Poked away. Good play there by Huberdeau. Huberdeau knocks Provorov down and takes over. Now a rush in front of the net. Huberdeau a rip. Kick saved by Markstrom. Huberdeau now behind the net. Works his way in front. A pass for Catton is blocked into the corner. Now Kadri held up against Provorov. Picked up by Scott Lawton. Lawton to Provorov. Now Leo Carlsson takes it in. Carlsson some good skating. He's really improved with puck skills and skating this season. Loose puck over to the boards now. Dubé. Kicks up. Picked up by Barry. Back to the point for Sami Maki. Scott Lawton back to Barry. Loose puck picked up by Lawton as a wasted opportunity there from the Whalers. Dylan Dubé now takes it up. Dubé pass in front for Huberdeau and he scores. Tremendous feed from Dubé right where you make your money, and Huberdeau buries that one. The shots, not too many for Calgary, but it's quality, not quantity, and they're getting the chances. A forehand check there, short side. A forehand finish there, short side. And this isn't the best showing from Markstrom, although, like I said, we are giving him giving Calgary some good opportunities, but overall, he's not facing too many shots. Now, Hartford has to rewrite this 2-goal deficit as we're more than 5 minutes through this third period of play. Loose puck at center ice picked up by Jake Evans. Evans in front for Patrick, a rip. Pad saved by Shesterkin. Back to the point for Tyson Barrie, a rip through traffic, and Shesterkin gloves that one. Face-off one there by Jake Evans for Lindell, a chance, and another pad saved by Shesterkin. Picked up by Sam Steele into the slot. As Evans a chance, although he couldn't get a hard shot off there. Week one, as Shesterkin had no problem saving that one. Now Dylan Dubé with it. Gives up for Pelletier. Dubé back with it. And we've had full pressure, I think, 2 or 3 times in this game, and we haven't been able to deliver either time. Lindell now with it as Hartford exits their zone. Patrick over for Sam Steele. Now for Jake Evans, some space. Back for Patrick, and he gets blocked by his own man in front, and our chemistry has just not been there in this game. Maybe all season, you would say. Connor Zary picks off Patrick there in the neutral zone. Now Jake Evans able to retain. Back for Patrick. And Patrick couldn't do anything that time. Poirier over for Coronado. Now Coronado still with it in the defensive zone for Calgary. Now Zary. Zary now takes it up. Over for Coronado. 10 minutes now left in the third. Zary for Niederreiter. Loose puck in front. Now back to the point. Poirier for Niederreiter in front. A chance. Good pad save there by Markstrom. Back to the point for Krasinski. A rip from Coronado. And Markstrom fends that one off. That was a hard shot off the one-timer. Nolan Patrick takes it the other way. Patrick in front for McMichael. A shot. Another save by Shesterkin. Back to the point for Sean Walker. A rip. And that was saved by Shesterkin. Along the boards now, Ginoc gives to Zaitsev. Zaitsev hit off the puck. Marcus Foligno now over as his pass goes astray. Arvidsson giving chase, but it's picked up by Okposo. Over for Korchinski. Zaitsev hit off the puck there. McMichael enters for the Whalers. McMichael still with it. In front for Foligno, a nice feed, but a better save by Shesterkin. Can't get a puck past him. Zaitsev on the draw now against Lawton. 7:19 left. Lawton wins that back for Orlov. Now Sean Walker. Walker can't get a shot off. Carlson picks it up. Carlson shot wide. Now Cal Foote, a nice pass there for Okposo. Okposo working against Orlov. Carlson there providing some aid as Orlov takes possession. Orlov a nice feed for Lawton now over for Besser. Besser for Lawton into the corner. His pass intercepted by Lindholm. Lindholm over for Korchinski. Korchinski just finding some space, although it's overtaken there by Hartford. Back to the point for Orlov. Now Provorov. Loose puck, now Besser. In front for Carlson. And Carlson couldn't handle that. Cal Foote takes it out of the zone into the Hartford territory. Poked away by Provorov. Foot regains. Now Lindholm. A save there by Markstrom. Less than 5 now left in regulation. Orlov for Mangiapane. Mangiapane pass over for Wilson. As Lindholm intercepts that, takes it the other way. Lindholm still with it. Into the corner now. Pass across overtaken by Provorov. Huberdeau picks up the loose puck. Hedman hit off the puck there by Wilson. Wilson intercepted by Kadri. Now back for Kadri off a Huberdeau pass. Has a good save there by Markstrom. Now Scheifele will take it up. Long pass there for Wilson. Wilson passing for Mangiapane in front. And Shesterkin closes the door. What else would you expect? 2:52 now left for the Whalers. We need to get something going here. Calgary wins that faceoff. Hedman over for Anderson. Anderson up for Niederreiter. Over for Zari. Connor Zari, a chance in front. Gets a shot off, save Markstrom. Another shot, and that goes across the crease, out of the zone. Rasmus Anderson now battling against Nolan Patrick as he takes it all the way back into his zone. Over for Hedman, up for Zari. There's a minute and a half left here. Probably have to pull the goalie right here as Hartford will take it up. And they do pull Markstrom. Sam Steele behind the net for Evans. Back to the point for Provorov in the slot for Steele. That's blocked by Anderson. Anderson now with it as Calgary a chance to score on the empty net. Niederreiter a chance and he scores his second of the game, and Calgary's going to take this one. What a bad showing from Hartford. We had some chances, but I mean, ultimately we are going against the best goaltender in all of hockey, but still giving up 3, kind of inexcusable, especially only the lack of shots we really gave up in this game. So we're going to fall to 1-1 in this episode, and at this point, about halfway through the season, I think it's time to go into all-out sell mode. I plan on trading Jacob Markstrom, Dmitry Orlov, Victor Arvidsson, maybe Marcus Foligno. So when I say sell, I mean full-on sell. I mentioned earlier in the episode this is probably a bridge year for us. As Scott Lawton a chance here. Behind the net now for Besser. Besser in front. And he hits the post right in front. How do you not finish there? My goodness, 30 shots on goal for Hartford. Only 1 ending up in the back of the net. Like I said, it's going to be a bridge year. We're going to just look forward to the offseason, try and acquire some draft picks as we fall here on home ice. As I said earlier, we've been a very bad home team, and our woes continue in this one. We came out hot. We had all the chances early on, but Calgary kind of put together a solid game the rest of the way, and they were a better team than us, communicated much more, better coached, as we're going to fall here on home ice to the Calgary Flames 4-1. And that kind of cements our status at this point in the season as a seller. And we're going to see some turnover here in the next episode or two. That'll do it here from the XL Center. And that was a bitter loss there to Calgary after a 3-0 win to open the episode. We fall there 4-1 despite outshooting them 31-19. Definitely a bitter loss as now we face the Philadelphia Flyers, who their best season of the series thus far. Currently another very well out of a playoff spot, but still showing some growth. And they have there the number 1 overall pick, Jyrki Kontanen out of Finland. So actually throw Mrazek in for this game. And I don't know how many more games Markstrom's going to play here for Hartford. I have a couple trade options in mind for him, but I won't reveal them quite yet. We'll throw him. And Mrazek, I mean, he might be on the move as well. Actually, let's go to our AHL goaltenders here. As our AHL team playing very, very well. And part of why I want to sell, actually we'll just go back to the NHL lines. And Victor Arvidsson, he's number 1 on the sell list, minus 26, only 6 points in 41 games. We're not sure quite what happened with him. And his points have dipped every year thus far. Very good year 1 with us, but production slipped a little bit. After year 1, we signed him to a 2-year deal, and this is the last year of his deal. So we have a trade team in mind for him. And Marcus Foligno, he's been a fan favorite. You know, he's the guy who fights for us. He's been a solid grinder, a solid fourth line guy for us. But at this point, he's 34. I don't really see the upside in bringing him back. So I think a playoff contender, you know, who needs some grit, they need some jam there. I think he could provide that for a playoff team. And so he might be on the move. So Arvidsson, Foligno might be guys we move on from, along with Dmitry Orlov here on defense. 34 years old, the last year of his contract. I think he can go to a contender. You know, he has a cup, and I think he can provide some stability there as a third line defensive pairing type guy. So with that, I want to get rid of Arvidsson and probably Foligno, and that'll open up spots here for Will Coyle, who has spent his entire time here in Poughkeepsie. He was our Rangers expansion pick, and it really is time to give him a chance. His role right now, it says fourth line forward. He's up to an 80 overall, and we kind of could use that left-handed power forward type guy. And then Gage Gonsalves, he's seen a lot of growth here in the past couple of years. Another guy like Coyle, who was an expansion pick for us. He came over from Tampa Bay, and he's been very productive there in the AHL for us. And like Coyle, it's time to give him a shot. And then Jacob Perreault, like those other two guys, was also an expansion pick. Still hasn't found his time at the NHL yet. But we do have Graham Clark up there as well. That's kind of been his main competition, as both are right-handed snipers. But I think Gonsalves and Coyle we're definitely going to give call-ups to after we make some moves. Then there's Hunter Brzustowicz, our second-round pick in our inaugural draft class there back in episode 2. He's probably still a year away, along with Daniil Chaika, a 75 overall. He actually has top 4 defenseman potential, and we acquired him from Vegas in that Matt Grzelcyk trade back in year 1 at the trade deadline. But going over to goalies, so we might get rid of both Markstrom and Mrazek, and that'll prompt us to call up here Daniil Tarasov. And look at those numbers, 21, 4-1 this season with 6 shutouts. That's just absurd. 917 save percentage, 204 goals against. He has been our third string goalie, so he has had 12 games at the NHL level with a 5-6-1 record, although his numbers not very good. A save percentage in the 880s and a goals against probably at like 3.5. So he really hasn't been good, but I think it's time to let Tarasov and Arthur Stilovs here. He's also been very good, although much more limited time. It's 6-1-3, a 932 save percentage, goals against at 179. So both of these guys very much deserving of a spot to prove themselves at the NHL level. And I think kind of calling them up at the same time and letting them finish the season, kind of see who sticks out above the other, as maybe it's like a backup battle for next season. So that'll, like I said, maybe prompt us to trade Mrazek and Markstrom. But we'll just sim a few more games here. We'll sim these next 3 and see how they play out. We have a back-to-back here, a 3-game road trip coming up: Philly, Washington, Seattle. As we start here with the Flyers. We do take a 2-0 lead. Brock Besser, Leo Carlsson, 2 early goals on Carter Hart. Another one there by Marcus Foligno, although Tippett does get one, 3-1 going into the third. And we hang on to win. Dmitry Orlov scores, and we rebound, win 4-1. Carlsson, the first star, Mrazek, the second star. So with that, I guess we will throw Markstrom back in, as we really just were giving him the rest on the back-to-back. Now we're set to face the Capitals, who are currently at the bottom of the Metro, and actually the worst team. Oh no, I'm sorry. The Canadians are actually the worst team in the league right now, with the Capitals not too far ahead of them. Now we'll just see that Markstrom is starting, which he's not. And if Markstrom doesn't play well in this game, maybe we'll just give Mrazek some run and see how he performs. And I feel like every time I say we're about to go full on sell is when we start winning some hockey games. We do fall 1-0 here in the first. Rasmus Sandin scores. We only get 4 shots. We're outshot 14-4 here against one of the league's worst teams. Brock Besser gets one back. He scores in back-to-back games. We'll sim this third period, and we do take this one. We win 4-2. Marcus Foligno also scores in back-to-back games, as it was 2-2 at one point. Nolan Patrick put us ahead with about 10 minutes left in the game, and then Provorov, a goal not too far behind him. So we win back-to-back games here. Markstrom, the first star. Arvidsson, 2 assists there on the fourth line. Now we'll keep it going here. We're at Seattle, and then we have back-to-back home games against Tampa Bay, Montreal. And Seattle, 18-21-2, kind of evenly matched with us as 2 of the bottom-tier teams in the league thus far. Although, still a lot of games left, some time to scrap our way back in. But like I said, I am committed already to going full sell. Burakovsky won there in the first, along with Scheifele, as it's tied 1-1. Schwartz gets one, puts the Kraken up 2-1. And we sim that third period. They get 2 more. Burakovsky another, and then Jake Bean a goal there. I think his first season with the Kraken. So we dropped that game, and we'll sim just I guess these last 2 in this episode, and that'll kind of leave us with a little more clarity as we head into the next episode. Phillips Zadina is available to play. And here we go against Tampa Bay. They're 24-14-3. And we actually have their second round pick in this next draft. But they're actually second in the East right now. And doing very, very good. I guess we'll keep Markstrom in for this game and then throw Mrazek in for the next one in this back-to-back set. And we jump ahead 2-0. Sammy Maki. You love to see a Maki goal. And then Scott Lawton about a minute and a half later. 2-0 going into the second. We get another one, Tom Wilson. And then Braden Point there for Tampa Bay. So 3-1. As we do finish to get the win. Jake Evans scores. We were up 4-1. Then Tanner Pearson got one. Savard got one. Made it 4-3. But we were able to close and beat the Lightning here. So we still have some life. And we'll check out the standings here, I guess, and see where we currently stack up. Now we're going to... actually, we'll just sim this Montreal game first. And we'll throw Mrazek in for this one. I think Zadina is available to play. I'm not sure if he's fully healthy yet. He's not. So we'll let him sit out one more game, and then we'll throw him back in. And at that point, Connor McMichael will get scratched. 2 assists in 6 games. Not a bad showing from him. He might get back in there if we do follow through and trade Foligno and Arvidsson. So Mrazek's in net. He's been doing pretty decent his past few starts. As we're set here against Montreal, the bottom team right now in the Eastern Conference. We're up 1-0 after the first, a power play goal from Mark Scheifele. 2-0 after the second, another goal from Carlson. I feel like he's had a few in this episode. And we win 4-1. We were up 4-0. Sammy Maki, another goal. Brock Besser, another goal. He's had a bunch here in the past few games. Cole Caulfield, the only goal for Montreal that comes on the power play. So we win another game. Besser, 3 points, 4 hits, and 2 points for Carlson and Maki. Well, let's review this episode and see. I feel like we have definitely won more games than we lost. So we started off 1-0. We were 3-1. 3-2. Now we're 5-2 in this episode. And let's go over to the standings. Like I said, we're kind of clawing our way back in the race. I think the wild card in the Eastern Conference this year is out of reach for us, but we might be able to get this third spot in the Metro. So we currently trail the Islanders by only 4 points. The Rangers also there at 47, so it's still wide open. I mean, 2 of these, the Hurricanes probably in, although... I mean, they're not too far ahead of us, but obviously a better team. But the Rangers, Islanders, Blue Jackets, Whalers, Devils, Flyers, maybe not the Devils, but a bunch of these teams just within 5 points of each other. And as we've seen most of the way throughout this series, the Metro race has always been super tight. So we're definitely not out of it, but I just think a sell this year might be the better option. But we're not going to make any decisions quite yet. Still only 46 games in. We have about 36 before the season's over. So, and like 19 before the trade deadline or something like that. So maybe even a little bit less than that. So we still have some time to figure it out. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Just based on what you've seen from this team so far. Should we sell? Just look forward to the future, kind of knowing that we're not a serious title contender, but we're not quite out of it yet. I think I might just let it ride a little bit more, but we're certainly going to investigate some trades and keep some things in mind. So this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out with this Hartford Whalers expansion franchise. We got kind of a good result here. That game was kind of lousy that we were forced to watch, but otherwise we played some good hockey, and I think what ended the episode at 5-2. So next episode's really, really going to be the one that sheds clarity on the season and whether we're going to, follow through with the strategy of going sell, or maybe we'll try and work ourselves towards a playoff spot here in the East. So as always, everybody, it's been real and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.